Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. This is our ninth review for Image Month, if I remember correctly. Today we're reviewing the Pact miniseries that came out in 1994. Co-creator and co-writer Jim Valentino, Len Senegal, and art by Walter McDaniel. And you got some cool covers here. So this comic book it tricks you into thinking where this is like the introduction of these characters. It's not. Apparently, they were first introduced, and I think it was Shadowhawk 2, which was like issue 7 of that series. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. So the characters, the Pact is a superhero team with Slam, who is very reminiscent of All Might from My Hero Academia. He has like super speed, strength, and durability. You have Handgun, who can shapeshift his right hand into different guns. You have Blacklight, who is his backstory is like he's a 60s superhero that I'm assuming is immortal because he looks the same from they show like on TV they show an image of him from the 70s, and he looks the same from back then, so I'm assuming he's an immortal. He basically has Green Lantern powers. And then you have Catalyst, who's a black African American woman who lost her eyesight as a young child due to an accident with radioactive waste that got into her eyes. Very similar, premise to Daredevil, which they even comment on that. And her thing is she uses bladed weapons. So the series starts off in like California. Our characters are just hanging out at Slam's mansion. Apparently, the guy is like, besides from being like a superhero, he's also really smart, and he like, I forget what they said, but like he made a lot of money doing something. I don't fucking know. Despite being super rich. His elderly parents live with him, and like I'm a little confused about his parents because his mom, his dad comes off very Japanese, and his mom is like white. So I don't know if he's like a Happa or something, but he has blonde hair, blue eyes, and like super tall. But I guess he's a Happa. I don't know. For people who don't know what Happa is, that's like slang for like someone who's half white, half Asian. That I don't know if that's a racist term. I'm assuming it's. I hope it's not. But yeah, that's a term for like half Asian and half Caucasian. Yeah, so they get attacked by these 3 women from the center, where it's implied that some of our characters are from the center, which is the center, from what we're told about it, is a government training facility for superheroes. The 3 super villains from center is let me double check. Is like an Asian lady named Blast, who can shoot laser beams from her eyes, kind of like Cyclops. You have Sybil, who has 8 personalities, and each personality has like different superpowers. So she's a lot like what's her name? Crazy Jane from Doom Patrol. And you have Nightstick, who is a African American woman, and has a special staff weapon. And it's implied in the first 2 issues that if you look at her outfit, it looks like she has nothing covering her right breast. Because it's constantly hidden and it looks like it's totally exposed. But then like the third issue, they do show it, and it's like, oh, they did cover it up, but it totally looks like her right breast is exposed, and like in Image fashion, all the like Image 90s fashion, all the superheroes and supervillain women all look like they're wearing stripper outfits, which I love. I'm not gonna lie. So they attack. They attack the guy Slam's mansion. There's a big fight. The handgun guy doesn't really get to do anything besides show off his like glowing gun. And at the end of the issue, Youngblood shows up. Where you got Shaft, Badrock. I thought his name was Bedrock. My bad. It's Badrock. The purple girl whose name I don't know, and Chapel, who's missing a nose. So within the 2 years we last saw him in from Wildcats, I guess he lost his nose. Right. So the second issue, you get the cover is pretty cool cover because it folds out and you have like a 3-page cover. That's pretty sick, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Though, like, yeah, it's really cool. Though they have Cutlass in her normal superhero outfit. Nowhere in the issue does she actually wear her outfit. So yeah, they're Youngblood is there. They're governments for the they're agents of the government. They're like a government. Their superhero team is sponsored by the government, so they're there to bring the Pact in. The Pact, though, like our bad guys only really want Blacklight and handgun. They eventually change their mind. So you have a fight between the different characters. The one dude's parents intervene, and then after that they decide to say fuck it, let's just go with them. And then in this issue you get like a backstory between about like you get Blacklight's backstory, how he was in the 70s he had a partner named Dayglow, who was a female superhero who was brutally murdered, and that's why he's not as active as he used to be. He spent decades just training new superheroes. Yeah, and then they also introduced the main villain for this miniseries, named Atrocity, who's wearing like you got like a 2-page like spread, and like she looks, I'm not gonna lie, she looks gorgeous. She looks sexy as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. And you get ads for some like image posters and image trading cards. I'm not interested in that shit. So in the third issue, oh, I forgot to mention, Cutlass was like captured by the female super villains. So like our characters convinced Youngblood to like just drop them off at the center. They go to try to rescue their partner. You find out in her backstory that while she was getting treated for her blindness, she was molested or something like that by a doctor, and she gets brainwashed into thinking that by Atrocity Atrocity rescued her from being molested as a kid, and now like Cutlass is loyal to our new villain, and then our characters show up. They get mind fucked by Atrocity. They get mind fucked by Atrocity and join her side, except for our boy Handgun, who's like basically the grifter or the hot guy of the team, and escapes. And then you find out that Atrocity is evil, obviously, at the end of the issue, obviously, and she wants to use our superhero team for like bad stuff. Obviously. So the problems with the series is that it's this limited series. which it's called in Nowhere to Hide, Nowhere to Run. The art is very inconsistent. They constantly change like Handgun's face and like Pact's sorry, not Pact, Slam's face all the time. At some points, Handgun's mullet turns into a ponytail. uh, which annoyed the shit out of me. And yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, this, I thought the writing wasn't good. There's a lot of dumb jokes, and there's a lot of meta jokes where other characters will make jokes, and like our other characters will be like, "That's fucking dumb." And then there's the fact that if you read the behind the scenes, there's like behind the scenes for these comic books. You find out the lead writer, Len Senegal or whatever his name is like a high school teacher. So it's like, I don't know. The book is not very well written, but I am interested somewhat in the superhero team. Like, Slam is a very cool character. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to have a interview or whatever with Horikoshi, which would never happen, the creator of My Hero Academia, and ask him, "Hey, did you ever read this comic book as a kid?" Because it's like there's a lot of similarities between Slam and like All Might, especially since All Might's different attacks is Smash, and like his favorite like move is California Smash, and Slam is from California, and then like their powers are very like similar, and so are their costumes. Like, because Slam has a red and blue costume, and then like, you know, the one All Might's costume is very much that too. Which I wouldn't lie. I first assumed like All Might was based off Superman, but now that I think about it, because I heard that Image comic books was actually pretty popular in Japan, because you had like, if you ever read like the Yu-Gi-Oh manga before it got into the Yu-Gi-Oh, before they start playing the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, there is like 7 volumes of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga where it starts off where they're not playing the card game, they're just playing random games, where like there's a character that's like a fan of American comic books, and they introduce like this character named Zombie Man, who in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game is called Zombria or something like that, who looks very reminiscent of like Spawn. So I'm starting to think maybe they, like, you know, in Japan they had a thing for like Image comic books, because you know, this character is very much reminding me of All Might. It could be just a coincidence, but I don't know, dude. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of the characters are pretty cool. I like their costumes. Slam seems like a pretty cool character. It's just the writing is not very good, so I'm only giving this like I'm giving it like a 6 out of 10. I did enjoy it. It's just like, you know, not a lot happened in this miniseries, and then you have the superheroes having their fake fight. This is the second time we've had a crossover of Youngblood, and the characters don't really fight that much. Alright, that's it for this review. The next review for Image Month is going to be Retro Rocket, which is a 4-issue Image mini series. Alright.